Like at that point, I was still in grade school. I was broke as hell. I was wearing these sorts of dresses like all the time in high school. Like in the initial moment, it's like, sure, I felt upset because like, why the hell am I in the principal's office? So then instead of, well, like a fucking idiot, I was like, so then you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just going to not do anything that's remotely feminine.
And here you are just being like around people that want you to fit a certain mold.
I really cannot stress how much people don't care.
That's like the theme in this episode.
In order to dress this way and be left alone, people have to be used to seeing it on me. You only know what you do because you've done all that research to get into the fashion, but these people haven't done quite that same amount of research that you've done. So this, people who are just getting into the fashion, it feels extremely daunting because then everyone around you in the fashion, this is only one of the few fashions I can think of where you have to do research on.
Hello, you beautiful people. Welcome back to the Long-Term Podcast. I'm your host, Advin Villa. Today, we have a prominent individual in Lolita Fashion and a University of Alberta student. Many have seen her in public and are captivated by her bravery and authenticity. She wears what is true to her, and that happens to be Lolita Fashion. Many have seen her around campus at the U of A and just in public. She used to be in Vancouver in the Lolita scene there. But yeah, it's we have Kayla Zhang, everyone. We will discuss wearing alt fashion for daily wear and all occasions / seasons, lifestyle Lolita, and helping those new to Lolita fashion. So everything Lolita. I've been seeing Kayla ever since my first year at university. I'm now in my fourth year, and just something about her being her true and authentic self is captivating. I'm extremely thankful for her today. She has been through a lot. She's gotten some backlash from her community from just dressing the way she wants to, but that has not stopped her. She makes it work. She takes this seriously, guys, and I think it's so inspirational. I hope all of you derive value, even if you're not interested in Lolita fashion. Just the fact that Kayla does what is true to her is something we can all learn from. But yes, everybody, welcome. All right. Welcome to the Long-Term Podcast. Yeah. Kayla Zhang, everyone.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So what inspired you to start wearing Lolita fashion as part of your everyday wardrobe instead of just special events?
So I first found the fashion back, I want to say around 2016, 2017. Well, obviously, like at that point, I was still in grade school. I was broke as hell. So there's no way I was buying any of those dresses. But I would just like, every time I came across it online, I would admire it a little bit and then like just save it for later. But I never really dwelled on it that much.
They're expensive, I heard.
It is. I don't even want to know how much I've spent. But at that point, I was already just kind of like more or less dressing like normally, just like regular athleisure, like how you see like most people dress nowadays. And even if I did have the money, making that big of a jump was just like such a stark contrast as like that's obviously like personally, I didn't care if random strangers like saw me wearing that. For me, the more problem was like getting everyone else around me adjusted to the fact that this is how I was dressing.
Because it's a new persona of yours.
Something they're not quite used to. Like, I what I was scared of was to come just like, hey, Kayla, I think you're kind of dressed. Not even, I think, like you are dressed a lot different than you normally are.
Because it does attract a lot of attention.
It does. And like, especially when it comes from people that, it's hard to like break away from like the person that they sort of thought you were.
Yeah. And like when you're with your friends, like if they're the type to just like want to be in their own little bubble, and next thing you know, you have the Lolita fashion and people are approaching you and it's attracting attention. Like, do I still want to be friends with this person?
And especially it did not help at all that I was in a private school. And so everyone in the school knew each other. So like if it's a very small private school, everyone knows each other. Like there's no escaping from it. So I couldn't just go from like regular normal people wear to whatever this is. Like I couldn't just make that jump straight away. So I was like, okay, well I don't have like I can't just go from point A to point B right in one go. Then what I will do is like I'll just slowly build my way there. And that's often what I recommend people do. But what I essentially did is just I start incorporating like some smaller pieces relating to the fashion, or like start dressing up a smidge more than I usually would. And I kept that progress going over the span of like maybe a few months to a year. And then it just became this.
Okay. So initially it was just like maybe the hats. And then next thing you know, it was like a little bit of the dress, you know, like the ribbon like, here and there.
Or I would like, maybe I'd wear a skirt or a dress every now and then. I would, maybe I would start wearing heels, or I would incorporate like maybe a little bit more pink into what I wear until that, and at some point that pretty much became the only thing I wear.
Yeah. There's this idea at the gym, it's progressive overload, right? Yeah. Where you start off with 10 pounds and eventually you get stronger and you do 20 and then 30, or the bench press, do a plate and then 2 plates. But when it comes to exposure or like the way you want to dress, you don't want to shock people and just have a full-blown Lolita fashion.
Yeah.
You want to be able to make sure you go about it slowly and you adapt, right? So people aren't shocked. So it's like seeing a sibling grow up versus seeing like a cousin you haven't seen in like 3-4 years. It's like, whoa, you've gone through a growth spurt. Right. Yeah. One is more like you don't really notice a change, and the other one is like, whoa, it's out there.
It is. And it's not even like I needed to get used to wearing it. It's just that I needed everyone else around me to get used to seeing me in that.
Yeah. And like, what did it speak to you? Like when you were looking at this as a kid and you were looking at the price tag and you're like, wow, that's so expensive.
I had to whip out my conversion from yen to CAD, and I was like, over $300.
Oh,
is
wow.
that right?
Yeah. And out of all the fashions though, why Lolita?
I just I thought that it was something that like this is something I want to wear. Like I just kind of like the idea of like just the fashion itself, puffy dresses, like heels, or all this like sort of looks like something that you'd see out of like a storybook. That's exactly how I want it to look like.
Mm-hmm. I'm very into anime, and there's a lot of characters that wear Lolita in some of the shows. A few of them, yeah. And it's quite the look, hey, because you got that dress and then the hat, and is it more pink? Or can it also be purple?
It can be like most any color really. Like for me personally, so there's different substyles in Lolita. What I wear is considered sweet Lolita, but there's also gothic Lolita and classic Lolita.
Have you ever tried classic or gothic?
No. I mean, because just as like when I think about like Lolita or like what Lolita I would like to wear, it's this is what I want to wear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe for Halloween.
For Halloween, I've been thinking about it.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
Like, because I know I have some friends that wear also like gothic Lolita, and I was like, maybe I could try. I'm not sure.
That'd be a cool like different look. Yeah, like dressing up for like the Halloween look.
I also think that like in some regards, like it's not even just like the Lolita aspect of itself of how I dress that garnered all this attention, but also the fact it's just all bright pink.
Oh, yeah. I think I first saw you. I think I was walking around. Was it Sub or Cab? I'm like, whoa. Like, is there an event going on? And then I saw you again and again. And I've always wondered. I've always wondered, like, what's her deal, right? What's like, and a lot of people I talked to have always wondered. And it wasn't until I developed the confidence to approach people and I started doing the interviews, and then I ran into you and I'm like, oh my goodness, it was this fashion. I totally didn't know. And I'm sure a lot of curious, and I'm sure a lot of people are tuning in right now and discovering, who this inspiration on campus is. Did you get a lot of backlash initially from your friends?
I No, I honestly, to be honest, like you really don't have people commenting on it at all. Like when I started wearing Lolita, by the time I developed like progressed in like sort of my fashion sense enough, I was wearing these sorts of dresses like all the time in high school, pretty much by the time I reached then. So then I had no one said anything about it. No one commented. No, nothing. So then I just thought, I was like, oh, this must be something normal to them. Yeah.
The TikTok that I posted with you, it went viral. Hey, and if you look through all the comments, it's all positive, and a lot of the comments got the same narrative too, where it's like I really want to say hi to her and tell her how much I like the outfit, but I'm so shy. What would you tell to the people there that
you can just go up to me. Like honestly, at this point, I'm so used to it. It's kind of just what I get so many people approaching me on a day-to-day basis. I like to think I'm not scary. Yeah. So I don't mind when people approach me at all. Like,
does it get overwhelming sometimes though?
No, I feel like once you start dressing this way, you've kind of just resigned to the fact that, oh, well, there's always going to be people wondering about it. And some people like who dress this way, they may be not as inclined to that. They're just like, you know what, I want to be left in on alone and I just want to dress this way in peace. But then I guess I still have the energy to talk to people about it.
Yeah, fair.
It's fine. I know most everyone is just curious about it. So then I can understand that. And I'm like, okay, you know what? That's fine. I'll entertain this curiosity.
Yeah. I know there's a lot of social anxiety amongst our generation, right? Like people are scared to be looked at, to be in the spotlight. And it seems like you don't shy away from it.
No.
Like how do you go about that? Like, how do you just not care what other people think?
Yeah. I mean, as far as like a university setting is concerned, because I know most people are probably going to be in university, it's people really don't care. Like
yeah.
And that's the mindset I went into university with. I was like, if there's thousands of people on campus and everyone is tired from exams, too busy with their own thing and just trying to get from point A to point B, so that no one has even the time to look at or care that deeply about what I'm wearing. Great. I have even more free reign to just dress however the hell I want.
Oh, that's awesome. And if they did, that's a them problem. Like, it's like
how does that concern you?
Yeah, exactly. You're not hurting anyone.
No.
Yeah.
And U of A specific, I had to look this up just to make sure when I started university, but U of A has like no dress code, like none. They state that on their website, like no dress code, no nothing. Yeah. So then it really is not your problem if someone decides to take issue with it. I know the grade school I went to was like conservative, like Christian school. So then they cared a lot more. Like I landed myself in lots of trouble for dressing the way I did. I would get like I got sent to the principal's office to have a conversation with them.
Oh, really?
I would get written up.
And how'd that feel?
I didn't care. Like, it's, okay, well, I say I don't care, but like, ultimately, I know it's like not that deep. Like, but then in the moment, I was like, it made me feel, I did cry about it. But then, like, in the initial moment, it was like, sure, I felt upset because like, why the hell am I in the principal's office for this? But then, like, the next day, it's like, well, that's fine. Like, I don't really care. And whenever I told any of my friends this, they're like, okay, that's none of their problem. It's like, I don't see how they should make it your problem.
Mm-hmm. That's inspiring, eh? Like, they tried to stop you from being who you are, yet you still stood your ground. And like, yeah, it's like a lot of institutions will try to shape you to be a certain type of person, but you didn't let their rules, dictate your outfit. It's just an outfit. Right?
They were telling me, it's like, what if like there was gonna be a fire in the school? Like if you wear heels, you can't run out or like get out in time.
Take them off.
But they also tell you during fire drills to not run. Yeah. So then there's no point to it anyway. Yeah. And then they're also saying like, oh, it's not like can you really like go to class and work effectively in that? Like
Well,
okay,
and
all the
well-
work I'm doing is just with a pencil. I'm sitting in a chair.
Well, I feel more confident. So actually, it adds to my
Yeah.
knowledge. Like it adds to my productivity.
Yeah.
So-
I just don't get it. They're just
Yeah.
going off, and I was like,
Oh my
okay.
goodness.
Well, anyways.
Yeah. How do you adapt your outfits to fit different seasons or occasions while still keeping true to the Lolita aesthetic?
I know I get a lot of like, especially on like the U of A subreddit. I know I've ended up on quite a few subreddits. Like I had friends tell me I ended up in like the Edmonton subreddit and also the UBC subreddit for whatever reason.
Ooh.
But yeah, so I know a lot of people are curious, and that's the main thing that gets brought up. Like, how the hell is she wearing that when it's like minus 30, pushing minus 40?
Kind of looks warm though.
It honestly is. And the main way I adjust for like say something like during the winter, I'll wear fleece-lined tights, or like depending on how cold it is, I might just layer like two on top of one another. So then that keeps me warm, and it works just fine for me. And I'll also have thermal wear because like you just kind of stick those under the shirt you're wearing, and then that's how I work around it. And I'll have like there's obviously like regular like Lolita themed jackets or coats. Some of them warmer than others. You just have to find the ones that are warmer. It is a bit of it's like trying to find a needle in a haystack. But then if you do have the dedication, you'll find it.
You'll find it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You make it work.
Yeah.
Like I know some people that wear shorts throughout winter.
Yeah,
you ever know
that is
those kids?
Diabolical.
Yeah.
I don't know how they do that.
I had some classmates in it was middle school, and their parents got a complaint because it was apparently child abuse to make your kids let your kids wear shorts in winter, but they would have a winter jacket
Yeah.
like over the shorts. And it's like they look warm, and
Some people just want to wear shorts
Yeah.
during the winter. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't get that. I can't do bare legs. No. I don't.
That's
Also,
funny.
if it's snowing, I'll have like boots
Mhm.
so that your
Mhm.
feet don't get cold. They do have like Lolita themed like boots as well, and it also kind of helps if it has a heel because then it keeps your foot out of the snow. So
Yeah.
then the people are like, "How do you walk in the snow?" And that's like, well, that's like part of the way your feet stay warm. So
Yeah. And going back to kind of the misconceptions, or not the backlash that you faced just in that school, like how do you remain confident? Because like these people are in the higher up position. Oh, what if you get expelled? What if this? What are they gonna think? Even some classmates, they probably talk about you. Like, how do you stay authentic to yourself and stay confident?
honestly, I hated that school with a burning passion, and I still do. So I just was like, well, if they think one way, I'll just think the other way. Like,
Yeah.
it was to that kind of point. I was honestly so happy to get out of that school because I just hated it so
Yeah.
much.
Have you always been the type of person to just go, yeah, it doesn't really matter what they think, and you just, because a lot of it's hard for us, like for the average person,
Yeah.
you're not the average person. It's like, the average person really cares about what society thinks, what other people think. How do you tune that down? Like, were you just born that way? How?
Just like this is like the point where I was like, I tell people like, you should just use critical thinking. Like, be like honest to God, anyone who does have a problem with how someone else is dressing is just dumb, and that's their problem, not yours.
Yeah. I feel like our generation spends so much time doing mental jujitsu and like, if I dress that way, and if I said it that way, like, are they gonna like me? And then if they don't like me, like, I'm not gonna have any friends, right? It's like, it seems like for you just go, okay, it doesn't really matter what they think. I'll just move on to the next. There's people that appreciate me for who I am,
Yeah.
right?
And honestly, but like the people that do have a qualm with the way I dress are actually a very small minority. I know at least as far as I've been in university, I've never gotten a single negative remark
Yeah. Well, nobody's gonna say it to your face.
Yeah.
Right. Nobody's got a lot of trolls will hide behind the keyboard warriors.
Yeah.
But nobody is gonna do it to your face.
No one's going to do it to my face, because then if they do it to my face, I'm going to scream it from the top of my lungs, and then the next person will hear.
So you won't back down, hey?
No.
Yeah. Good.
I'm too tired to be.
Yeah.
That's just kind of the point where I've gotten to. I'm too tired to be mature about things I do not care for.
I love that. That's awesome. Or like you're just, if somebody's gonna give you hate, you're just gonna fire back.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you do this to me, I'll fire back 10 times.
Like, why do I have to be the bigger person? I don't care.
we aren't all saints. So beyond clothing, what does being a lifestyle Lolita mean to you, and how does it influence your mindset, hobbies, or the way you see the world?
So I think lifestyle Lolita, like the way most people in like the Lolita community define it is like you wear Lolita on a daily basis. You can see your fashion choices be reflected in like your house, the decor you have, your room, any singular object you carry. You can just kind of see it there. And even if someone didn't look at you, they could look at, say, your living space, the way you plan out your schedule, the things you do, the hobbies that you have, say like going out to tea parties. Like that's a pretty common thing associated with a Lolita lifestyle. And someone will be able to just look at not just exclusively the way you dress, but single other aspect of you, and know that, yeah, that person would be a Lolita, even if you didn't see the way they dress. You'll be able to clock it right away.
Yeah, like that person would resonate with the culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but in general terms, very non-specific, more specific, it would be just wearing the fashion every day and having that like be present in every little thing they own.
Do you ever wear non-Lolita clothing?
Only for if it really like matters. So I would when I start a new job, I would usually wear more less like less this and more just like very toned down version, just to get them acquainted with it. It still is like very dressy in a way, so I can still get away with honestly wearing this in a lot of the clinics I work at.
Yeah.
Which is fine. And but even if I just didn't dress up as much like this, or maybe I wouldn't wear like the big petticoat underneath this dress that I would have, or I would opt out for like maybe cutso, which is like more like loose fitting like fabric, regular fabric, not like this sort of like just a more normal looking dress. And then I could still wear heels. That's totally fine. And just slowly like work my way up if that's what it is, or unless you have like a specific dress code, then I guess I just have to follow that, which for most of the places I work at, that's just scrubs. But then I still get away with like adding all those accessories and whatnot.
You are committed.
Yeah.
Okay, I am so inspired by you. It's crazy. I've always really wanted to wear like fancy clothing to campus, just like for no reason, just wear like a suit. Like I did that like twice last week because of you. Yeah. I'm like, I feel like there's probably so many people that have taken inspiration, just started Lolita, or maybe just, wanting to wear a certain type of clothing, or maybe just like a little mask, right?
Yeah.
It's what do you think? Why do you think that is? Or why do you think people are inspired by just seeing you dress up?
I mean that's not so, I mean I personally I wouldn't know, but if I had to guess, it would probably be like oh, like maybe like the reactions that she gets isn't as bad as what I thought it would be. So then I guess like if I also dress up, I will probably also be like that. Like really no one's going to say anything negative about it.
Yeah. I think it's also, I think we talked about it before recording, like authenticity as well. Like here's a person that is true to herself. Here's a person that has done it for 8 years, or every single time I've seen this person on campus, she just does her own thing. You don't like, you don't seem neurotic. Like you don't seem like you're anxious. You just, when I see you walk around campus, you're like focused. Seems like you got a plan. You know? Yeah.
And that's plans to get to my next class.
Yeah. Versus a lot of the people that I talk to, certainly the average Gen Z person, we're neurotic. We're like, oh man, like, and we want to live our best selves, but it's debilitating because we live in a society where there is a lot of cringe, you know. There's, oh, why would you do that? That's so cringe, bro. Like, don't, like, you don't want to be, you know, you want to be nonchalant. You want to be, you know, you shouldn't, you want to fit a certain box.
Yeah.
But then when they see like, boom, like it's like literally bright colors, it reminds them that, oh, I don't have to live by everybody's standards. I don't have to just go with this outfit. I can, and that doesn't even have to apply to clothing. It could just be, I don't have to talk in a certain way. I can use certain lingo as long as I'm not hurting anyone, that I can be myself. And I think that's ultimately why I'm inspired. And I think that's why other people revel in the Lolita outfit that you've gone through for 8 years now. Yeah. And you're learning about your story about that school trying to bring you down, trying to make you dress the way they want to, and you still fighting back. And then with work, making it work in the clinic.
Yeah.
Hey, that's good for business. You know, that would attract business. Oh, I want to see that girl who has Lolita. I'm sure it probably brings positivity into their day. There's this, do you drive around Sherwood Park much?
Not that much, no.
Okay, well, he's been doing it for a couple years now. His name's Caden Skelton. He's been on the podcast, actually. It's like one of the most viral videos, most viral podcasts. And his is simple too. He doesn't really say anything to people to change their outlook on life. He's in the intersection on one of the main roads in Sherwood Park, and he wears a helmet and he dances in -30 and +30, windy, rain. It was raining yesterday.
Oh my God.
He was dancing, and he'll be there for an hour sometimes to 12, 16 hours.
Oh.
And a lot of people just are shocked, like, whoa, what's this guy doing? And they actually, and for majority of people, they really, really appreciate it. They're like, oh, this person like lives the way he wants to, free will.
Yeah.
You know? And he's been doing that for 2 years, and he's gotten a bunch of like sponsor deals.
Oh.
He's gotten like on the Sherwood Parks. Everybody knows him as Sherwood Park. Like everybody loves the guy. And of course, for some to like you, some must loathe you, you know, like to be loved.
Yeah.
There's always going to be, as you go up, there's always going to be haters. And so you do see the haters that go, oh, but like him dancing, you know, it's distracted driving, and it's like ruining my day, and it's like causing harm. And what's this guy? This guy needs a job, right? And there's people that like make up a narrative. And I get that sometimes, you know, and some videos that go viral, I'm like, what's this guy doing? You know, like he seems condescending. He's you know, he's this voice. Like, why is he doing that? Like, why? It's cringe. It's like, I'm just living my life the way I want to. So many people separate fashion from identity. How do you feel Lolita fashion reflects who you are at your core?
So, for me personally, I mean, I'm just gonna like strictly like stick it to like the way I dress. But I've like even back when I was a kid, I've always like kind of like dressed like this, like very young kid, and I never really needed to think about it. It's just kind of something I've always gravitated towards. I liked well, like some examples of like pieces I had back when I was a kid. I would like wear like pink tutus. I had like glittery flats. I had like my winter coat back then was like this pink tweed like coat I wore, like a flared out like with the skirt. And that's like kind of what I wore back when I was a kid. But I and it's something I just always liked. Like it's like, well, this is just kind of like what I want to wear. I like wearing I like dressing up. I like wearing heels. I like wearing skirts. It just feels right to me. That's just kind of what it is.
Spoke to you.
Yeah. And it's not like I ever made a conscious decision anywhere. It's just like, well, this is just kind of what I'm gonna stick to. And it did get like hard for me at some points because I was in as far as growing up with like strict conservative parents in a conservative school, it was easy for me to think that like being anything girly was bad, or like something that something that you wouldn't want to associate yourself with. And it's not like you would look at maybe the life that people say would be destined for you. Like, I know my parents would have wanted me to be a homemaker, and that's the life for some people. Great, but that was not the life for me. I didn't want anything to do with like anything remotely feminine. I was like, you know what? This sucks. I don't want to wear the color pink. I don't want people to perceive me as girly or anything of that sort. So by the time I reached around, I want to say 7, 8 years old, I was like, no, this is not for me. It's easy to think, like, especially like growing up in that sort of like conservative upbringing, you kind of get the impression that like being feminine or anything like means that you're less worthy of respect, or that you're not as capable. But then I took a look at that like sort of like narrative that was being pushed upon me. I was like, you know what, that's just, I don't think that's true. So then instead of, well, like a fucking idiot, I was like, so then you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just going to not do anything that's remotely feminine. I'm going to reject femininity altogether. So then what I did growing up, I just engaged in, well, like I just started dressing like more normally. I was like, you know what? Pink is not my favorite color. I was a part of like the volleyball team, the basketball team. I played a lot of sports. I did competitive swimming. I gave up any hobby that was remotely feminine. I hated ballet because my mom made me do ballet, and I absolutely hated it to the core. And I did a lot of sports. I had more masculine hobbies. I started wearing like athleisure. I was like, which is like not nearly as feminine as what I would usually dress now. I played a lot of video games. All my hobbies were like more masculine things. I was like, this is what I have to do so that people would take me seriously. Whenever anyone asked me, it's like, what's your favorite color? I wouldn't tell them it was pink. I would tell them it was white. When people asked me or like saw me like talking about like heels or dresses, I was like, ew, no, I would never wear something like that. Because I at that point I was like, I saw that like, you know what, it kind of, maybe it does like matter in like some ways of like how you present yourself. You would look at the people, like the more like earlier people in the class, and they couldn't, in my eyes, they couldn't do shit on their own. Like they would be interested in things like doing their nails, going out shopping, and I was just, but then at the same time I would see them fucking fail, like some like you know what, like in science, or like fail an assignment, or like not being able to open a goddamn bottle on their own. And I was like, that's not the kind of like person that I think I am. So then, but then I don't want people to think of me that way, as either that I can't do all that same stuff as well.
Yeah. It must have been tough, eh? Because like you're fighting against kind of what your parents want of you, and like the masculine side, but like the feminine side, it's like, oh, like it seems like it's viewed as helpless, and the masculine side, it's like they're viewed as more capable. And here you are just being like around people that want you to fit a certain mold, right? And being so young, it's like this spoke to you, like you like this color, but your family is like, no, 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 not that. Like that would attract attention. That's not who you are, right? But like, what kind of changed? Like after you said you did basketball, you were swimming, and you were part of all these teams, and for a time, like you kind of just stifled all that, or you just put that all in the corner, and you're like, that's not for me. And you're discovering all these things about femininity and how people look down on it, and like in the masculine side, but at the same time, you were also a girl, and you were also around other females, and like, where was the turning point for you?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't anything that like I wish I could say I had some sort of like eureka moment, but at some point I just well then I know I realized the way in which I approached it back then was like maybe a little bit immature. Like, you know what? You don't have to like fit yourself into any sort of box. Like if people decide to have those sort of like what hasty judgments about you and what you can and cannot do based on the way you look, then that's kind of that's on them, not you. So then by the time I got older, I was like, well, I took a more like just different approach. I was like, you know what? I'll just dress the way I want to. And then anything that happens after it just will. Like anyone worth talking to won't make these sort of assumptions about me based on solely just the way I dress.
And did your parents, were they okay with the whole thing, with the transition?
I know, well, I'm as far as my mom is concerned, I don't think she cared that deeply. I know my dad, he was like trying to get me to like wear like, okay, I guess it looks kind of nice, but like why can't you wear more mature colors?
Yeah.
Or like wear something that's more professional? It That's never really bothered me. I don't hold much of a candle to what they or almost any of their opinions. Well, like to put it frankly, I'm not on speaking terms with them. So then that's just never bothered me. No, it's fine.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
It must have been tough growing up that way. But I'm glad that you're living who you are now. Because a lot of people, you hear about this when people are gay and they come from a highly conservative family, and if they did do that, they'd be ostracized forever. Or if you got a person that's in their church, but deep down inside, they don't actually believe in things that the church teaches, or they want to, or they're lesbian, right? Or, it could be maybe they hang out with a certain group of people, and they don't do anything wrong. They just like that one person that makes them feel who they are. And that person just happens to be weird, and the family doesn't like it. But I think kudos to you, for still mustering up the courage to be who you are. Because I don't think it was easy living in a highly conservative area family that didn't really see you for who you are, right? But now, I know, amidst all that, past all that turmoil, like so many people see you for who you are. I see you for who you are, and I do appreciate what you do. And I always think that there's a place for everyone in this. I always think it's a chaotic world, because you live long enough, you're going to get hurt. You live long enough, and there's just people that hate on you for whatever reason, that don't accept you, that make you feel that you're not enough, that make you feel that what you're doing isn't worthy, that you can't be who you are, because if you are who you are, then no one's going to like you. And if no one likes you, then you don't deserve to live, And there's a lot of people that think that way, but it's, as long as you're not hurting anyone, as long as you're spreading positivity, right? Then why does it matter how I live my life? You know?
Yeah. At some point, people like maybe I just learned it or like kind of started living by a lot earlier than like most people would. But I was just like, well, it's just at the end of the day, it's really just not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Like,
I still struggle with it. Like sometimes, like I'll do these podcasts and like I do interviews like once a week. Some like for like all of October and like September. Like I did them like twice a week, and then the podcasting I went like 3 a week at one point, and just like having my words, like my thoughts, and having them online, and some people don't like it, and some people hate on me for it, or like it gets shared around, and who knows what's happening in these group chats. It's like, what am I doing with my life sometimes, right? Am I just making a clown of myself? Because there's always like, I like to be positive, but then there's always like, that angel and the devil and like the shoulders. I'm like, yeah, I'm doing a good thing, starting to spread positivity, but I'm also making a clown of myself. It's like, and then some days when it's tough and you're like stressed out for midterms and finals, you got work, you didn't get enough sleep. It's like, man, and then the self-talk gets bad. It's like, man, I'm so useless. I'm so tired of this. Maybe I should just quit all this. But then again, if I quit all this, then I'll be on my deathbed. And I know for a fact I'm going to regret living a life of what everybody else wanted me to. So I don't know. I always think about that. Like when you're in your deathbed, like, are you going to care of what these motherfuckers are going to like think? Or they said no, because they probably aren't thinking about you on their deathbed too. Like they're not, you know what I mean? Like who's gonna like nobody cares. Like we all think that people sit down and all they talk about is us, but they have their own problems too. And the people that hate on others for what they're doing, it's a reflection of who they are.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I don't think about it as deeply as you. I don't go like on my deathbed. I don't. I just. No? I just some point like, well, that's not my problem. Like I if this is something I want to do, then I'll do it, and I don't see anything wrong with it. And if these people are capable of critical thought, then they shouldn't see anything wrong with it. And if they do see something wrong with it, then they're dumb.
I love that. Quotable. Yeah, it seems like you live more in the moment. Right? You seem like, are you present a lot of the time?
I don't.
Like
I don't know if living in the moment's the right word, or if I just don't like thinking about the future.
What kind of daily rituals or inspirations keep you connected to the Lolita lifestyle, even when life gets busy or stressful?
So I mean, like, as I like mentioned before, like my whole like room is like fully like decked out in like all of that, and I have my wardrobe like more or less like on a display, so I can like see everything there, and it's like, okay, yeah, this is like.
You should do a tour.
Yeah, I could. There's a lot of stuff in there. Every time I go looking through my wardrobe, it's gotten big enough to the point where I'll find something and I don't even remember getting it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So it's like going shopping, but it's just in my own wardrobe.
That's so funny.
And so like but to stay like connected like to lifestyle, even when life gets busy or stressful, it honestly is like the most easiest just to be involved in the community. So there is a Lolita community for Edmonton, and they'll host like meetups, like photo shoots, high tea, and then just going to those, or even just like talking to them, talking about the fashion, or like helping each other out with making cords, or following with brand releases as well. Just helps you like stay involved, even if like you don't have like because I know it's like the fashion itself is a luxury for a lot of people, like not only just the money investment, but also time investment it is. So then if you don't have that sort of time or money, you can still be involved in that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How long does it take you to dress up from start to finish?
For me, because I am very used to it, it does not take me long at all. So like just putting everything on would be like tops 15 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You could speed run that.
I can speed run it.
Maybe it's like a record.
Yeah, it's not long at all. What I mostly have trouble with and what makes it take longer is if I need to think about like what goes with what. But most of the time, like if I just need to wear something, then I'll just wear something I wore before and then just call it a day.
Yeah, fair enough. And initially, how long did it take you?
So,
Like at the start?
I want to say it took me, well, my outfits way back then were also less complicated. So it still took me around the same amount of time. So it's like hard to say. If they were this complicated, it would have taken me maybe more like 30 minutes, I want to say. Yeah. Or if you really want to think about like what goes with what, down to like every tiny, like today I'm not wearing any accessory except for this, like on this bonnet. But then if I really want to go accessorizing, or if I want to like make a new outfit that I hadn't made before, it could take me up to 45 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah, so then that would be longer. But then that's if you really want to go into the nitty gritty. And then that's if I am actually like reserved for if I'm going out. But then like if I'm just pulling up to class, and I'll just wear something that I've worn before, or like anything quick that I can think of. I just get decision fatigue in the morning. Especially if I have so many dresses. I look at everything, I was like, shit, what do I want to wear today?
My mom and sister take longer. We're just as the same sometimes. And they're not, they're not wearing Lolita.
No, I don't know. You just have to make it quick if you're in university. You don't have time to be doing that. You've got exams to be studying for.
That's so funny. And then with the community, do you guys do meetups? Is there like a weekly meetup? And how do you find people in the Lolita fashion?
Yeah, so for the EGL community, so like EGL is like a blanket term for Lolita. For the community, we do meetups like I want to say once or twice a month. Nothing that crazy. I mean, we all have our own lives, like everyone's busy and whatnot. So we do meetups whenever we can. Yeah, and everyone in the community is great and very accepting. Like I know because I was more involved in the Vancouver community at first, and then when I moved to Edmonton for university, it was like completely new to me. I was like, how is it going to be? But no, it's like compared to this is not to diss the Vancouver community anyway. I think it's just because of the sheer volume of people in there. There's a lot more going on. It's very hectic, and it's a lot harder to develop like closer relationships with people just because of the sheer amount of people.
Yeah, as quantity goes up, quality goes down.
Yeah,
right?
That's just kind of the problem I encountered there. So the Edmonton one is a lot more like smaller and closer knit. There's not as many people. I want to say like in terms of active members, there might be only like tops like 20 or so. It's not that big, but that's actually a lot nicer if you think about it, because then you have time to like talk to people and really get to know them.
Yeah.
And so that's what's really nice to me. And it's like when you develop like personal relationships with these people beyond just like these shared interests of that you both wear the same fashion, then it makes it a lot easier to actually show up to these meets, because you're not just trying to put yourself out there in front of a crowd of people, but you're actually just meeting up with friends.
Get that focal point already, right?
Yeah.
You got that connection before even saying a word. It's like, I like your outfit. I like yours too,
Yeah.
What's kind of the, I know in gym culture, right? Like we can only talk about working out so much, right? And eventually we talk about other stuff other than that, like family and friends or whatever interests they have. In Lolita fashion and culture, do you guys just talk about Lolita, or does it ever
it kind of just goes all over the place, like like with any conversation it does. Like we'll start talking about work, school, or we'll start talking about, because the community involves itself a lot in like events. Like so we'll vendor for say like Mochi Market and Yeg Animathon, or we'll run fashion shows. We'll do panels as well, so we'll talk about planning for those. Like obviously what plagues most people: work, school, pretty much like anything. Like it's like it's not that crazy. Like we're all at the end of the day, we are all just people, and we're just trying to.
It's like initially what you brought you together was the Lolita Fashion, but what helps you stick together is life, like the struggles. It's like you can only talk about, oh yeah, I wore this dress and this is nice, and of course you're gonna make the comments of like, oh, like I love that new hat, that new ribbon, that color looks great on you. Oh, the contrast with those two. But then it's like that's like 5 minutes of the conversation. How do we fill up the next 2 hours of the event? Yeah, no, my mom just, it's being annoying, or like my dog, I need to walk my dog, or that exam. Oh, you have that class? It's like a lot of people put too much stress on like, what should I say to that person? When really conversation is like an art, it's like, there's no kind of, yes, it's a bit subjective in which a lot of people may not like the tone of voice that you're in. They may not like your aura, but if you find the right person, you can talk about anything. Talk about like just work, school, life, kids, if parents, like, relationships. But yeah, I found that when I spend more time in a certain demographic or a certain culture, whether it be like school, like you'll find that yes, you got the gung-ho kind of study all the time, like they got 4.0s and they're killing it at school. But the more you talk to them, the more it's not just about school for them. They're like, oh, it's more about, maybe it's their religion, maybe it's their relationship with God, or then you connect with them in food. Like for some reason, this person that's got a 4.0 on comp sci is just like a great cook, and has a YouTube channel. Yeah, it's like, how does this? It's so weird. Or like for you, what is something that people like don't expect that you're interested in? Like,
I guess like people don't expect me to be really into video games. So I that's kind of something I've retained.
What do you game these days, Kayla?
Mainly rhythm games.
Oh, like the like that dance game.
Oh
with
yeah,
the
so that's
arrows?
one of the main ones I play. So it's like I mainly play Pump It Up. So then you might have seen my friends like talking about it.
Yeah, I saw that in the comments, like D24. At first I didn't get what that meant, and then I searched it up and I'm like, oh, like I guess she's like a really good video game dancer. Yeah,
that's kind of like the thing I retained from even before I started playing Lolita.
You should record that. That would go viral.
I do have recordings of me playing. But in Lolita, I don't have any recordings.
That'd be sick. That must be hard to dance in that though.
I do. Go. I have like a pair of shoes that like I don't wear heels when I play because then that can break the pads. I have like a pair of shoes.
What about just like bare feet, or not bare feet, but like without the socks? I don't like
playing with socks.
Oh yeah, it loses rhythm.
I don't know because I don't like ruining my socks.
Oh, fair, right? Yeah. Those are high end socks. You could just put the like cheap socks over your high end socks.
I don't know. I just still play with like shoes, but just like shoes I have dedicated to playing Pump It Up.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I saw those comments and I'm like, what is this? That's so funny. So what advice would you give to someone who wants to try Lolita fashion but feels nervous about standing out or being judged?
It's I know that's like something a lot of people are worried about, but like I really cannot stress how much people don't care.
That's like the theme in this episode. People don't care, guys. People don't care. Like
it really does not matter. Like
it's all in your head.
Especially, like I've mentioned this before, but especially in university, there are tens of thousands of people on campus. Like you're just one person, and everyone else has their own thing. They're trying to get from point A to point B. They're stressed out from exams. They're tired. Like if it's just dressing up like dressing up by like normal people standards, because I know like even just dressing up by normal people standards, that's something that people are like still self-conscious of doing. Even if it's just that, like maybe showing up wearing like a dressier top or like a skirt or like wearing heels, like no one's looking, no one cares.
Yeah,
it's that sounds bad, but like honestly, that's better. It's better that way.
It's like liberating. Yeah. Because what if everybody did care?
then,
like
then that'd be a problem.
That would be a problem. Like, could you imagine if like everyone truly cared about what you were doing?
Yeah.
Like what? Oh, like he
if everyone truly cared about what everyone else was doing,
that'd be like suffocating.
We would all be canceled by now.
Yeah, I'd be canceled 10 times over.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Yeah. Yeah, that's the way I approach it too, is like, as we talked about earlier, when you had started it out, it was like, oh, first it was like the hat, and then you played around with colors, and then you presented it to your friends, and slowly, gradually you build up to it versus just boom all at once.
Yeah.
Right? That's a bit discombobulating.
Yeah.
It's like build up to it, see how it feels, right? Like,
yeah, I think the problem most people have is like it's like the same one I did. They don't care if random strangers see them dressed up, but it matters more when it's like someone you know, because then that's a little more alarming to them. So then I just you can do what I did if that's something you want to wear like every day, or like if it's just not something that you want to do every day, then just go for it. Like it doesn't matter much.
I've always thought the opposite though. Like I always cared more about what strangers think and didn't really care much about family or friends, because I always like I surround myself with friends and family that like just love me and I love them. And like strangers don't understand me. They're like, why does this guy just like to talk? Why is this guy so curious about me? Like this guy's like weird. Like I'm always like, because they don't know me, that I'm just inquisitive and I'm just curious. Like why is that? Like for you it's strangers or friends opinions matter more when it comes to something differently?
Yeah, because people that like I actually have a personal relationship with, right. I put more of a candle to what they think than what random strangers think. Yeah,
fair enough, but more like they'll understand what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know, I take that kind of lens where they know it's not bad.
Yeah.
You know?
That's fair. I mean, for me, it was just like, I'm just like more like, but then they already know kind of like how I usually dress. And then this would be like a stark contrast. Like it's just like, I don't like particularly didn't want to like receive comments about it. Well, at least as far as I was concerned when I first started, like I was just like, I just kind of want to dress this way and I want to be left alone. But then I also know that like in order to dress this way and be left alone, people have to be used to seeing it on me.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah.
It's something you kind of have to deal with.
Are there common mistakes beginners make when entering the Lolita community, and how can they avoid them?
So there's like, this is maybe I want to say a good amount, but like nothing that grave. Like it's not that like nothing too like terrible, worthy of arrest or anything in the community. So it's just some people will like buy replicas. So it's in Lolita, like brands will release specific like limited edition dresses, and then that's more or less usually like done with like, and each dress, like the community has like a whole library of each and every single dress that each brand has put out. Like, and that these dresses are very recognizable basically. And so then sometimes there'll be replicas made of them. And then people will buy these replicas because, well, for one, they're cheaper. And then
knockoffs.
So like they're just a lot more easily accessible. And there's nothing wrong with that in particular. It's just that if you want to get into the fashion, it's better to actually support the brands directly as opposed to buying these replicas. And also the replicas just look terrible. And they don't actually some of these dresses of replica dresses don't follow like nuances in fashion. Like they don't have the space and in them to accommodate for a petticoat, like things like that.
How do you recognize if it's a knockoff? Like, is it like the fabric, the feel? Like you can just tell? Usually
from the label, because like they have like their own label and then they have their like product code on them. So then that's generally the way you can tell. Another way is just the easiest, comparing it to an actual brand release.
Oh, yeah. For all you guys wanting to start Lolita, get the real ones, you know, it'll serve you better in the long run.
Yeah. I mean, like, that's the thing. If you don't care about the fashion, you're not dedicated to it, like fine, like I don't care if you buy a replica. But if this is something like you want to do for like the long term, then it's why would you put your money to that when you could just use it to buy the actual dress?
Long term. That's how it is.
Oh.
Long term podcast. How do you think the Lolita community can become more welcoming and inclusive for people who are just starting to explore it?
Yeah, so I would actually say that the Lolita community, as far as Edmonton is concerned, is actually mostly made up of people who are just new to the fashion. Which, and then from what I've been seeing so far, the community is very much welcoming to people who are just getting into the fashion. Like we have dedicated like forums where people can like post questions, and then people who have been in the fashion for a while can like answer those questions. We have like resources on where people can find what. So like the site I mentioned, like that has like a collection of all the releases that every brand has put out. The site in particular is called Library. So then people can look on that. That's like one of the main like resources that people point others to when they're just starting out. Like to look through there to find like what they like and what pieces they could maybe save up for if they ever do get re-released. If I had to name in particular one way in which the community could improve, I would say it's still kind of, the information is all spread out all over the place. It would be helpful to have like one place you can go to just find all the information you need. And I think that's also a big problem with the community is that people who are just getting into the fashion, it feels extremely daunting because then everyone around you in the fashion, like this is only one of the few fashions I can think of where you have to do research on it before you can actually partake in it. It's like because people will get it wrong when they start out. They will. It's not even a question of if, they will. You will. No matter how much research you do, you will get it wrong, or it will. The outfit you do end up with, your first Lolita cord will always look like you can tell like it's someone who's fairly new to it. Like you will make mistakes, and that's fine. That's why people encourage others to do their research. Like I can't think of any other alternative fashion subculture where you're explicitly told to do research beforehand. Yeah, that would be the main thing. So just making that research portion easier. Like there's one place where you go to find everything you need, as opposed to having to just scroll through like Instagram, Pinterest, and looking at a bunch of cords just so that you can get a feel for how it's supposed to look like.
Yeah, you should start a website. You should. You could be a great leader in the. You could make a club at the U of A. Actually,
the EGL community started out as a club at U of A.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then they just kind of graduated to being like a citywide thing.
Okay, is there a club at the U of A?
I tried to look and see if there was one when I first joined U of A, and there wasn't. So
you should start it up again. Like a lot of people, I know you're in your third year, right? Yeah. So you're taking 4 or 5?
Taking 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one more year.
I did look into starting.
Yeah, like you could.
But then at the same time, I don't like the logistics of trying to find people who actually like wear the fashion, or like because I know most people at U of A are just like who do see this and like I really want to dress that way. They're like also going to be new to it, and I want people like in the club who are actually have been wearing it for a long time, or like wear it on a daily basis like I do. But then at the same time, I fail to see anyone who dresses this way aside from me.
Yeah,
so then the logistics of that's a little funny.
Fair. That's awesome. And yeah, I just want to, before we wrap up here, I just want to sound like for the people that were leaving comments that I was being, rude and I was being disrespectful to Kayla. I am so sorry, Kayla. I didn't know that it wasn't a costume. Okay, I didn't know that it was fashion. So please forgive me.
No, that's fine. Like I feel like at some point, like if you decide to wear the fashion like on a daily basis, those sort of comments, like even if you don't like getting stopped and asked, like, you just kind of have to accept that that's going to happen. Like there are inevitably going to be people that actually don't know, and then they're going to ask that. You just kind of have to I was like, well, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's because you only know what you do because you've done all that research to get into the fashion. But these people haven't done quite that same amount of research that you've done. So you just have to show them leniency. That's fine.
Yeah.
And I feel like the people who were making those comments probably
because they were dissecting it. They're like, you can see her face. She looks so uncomfortable. I'm like, really? I didn't notice that. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I apologize to every single person flaming me.
Yeah. No, I saw the face I was making. That's more like a face I know exactly how to respond to this because I've dealt with it so many times rather than me being annoyed.
Yeah.
Because I know people who might not wear the fashion as much, they're not quite used to receiving comments like that. And then you put in... They think that I put in all this effort and then someone just asked me if it's some costume. That's really annoying. But then you just get so used to it. Maybe I'm used to it, but it's fine.
Well, it's after if you know you're not supposed to say that and you keep doing it, then that's disrespectful. Yeah. But if you had no idea that that's what the culture surrounds and you were told explicitly, and then you just didn't. If you just didn't know,
I feel like there's no reason to get your panties in a twist because you should be able to reasonably parse out intent.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, we'll need to. Would you ever do street interviews with me one of these days on campus? Join me for some. We talk about fashion. You interview people. That'd be kind of cool.
If I find people who dress interestingly enough.
Yeah, we could have it. If you're, I know it's a midterm season. If you ever aren't busy. We could just ask people about what fashion means to them. That'd be really cool. I feel and I know if you ever have any ideas, for YouTube videos or any content, I would gladly support you. Just you got my Instagram, you got my number, just my TikTok. So, and for the people that, that want to reach you, where can they find you?
Just on probably best would be Instagram. So then that would, because I check Instagram probably the most out of all those that you just mentioned. So
yeah, fair. And aside from fashion, I know in our generation there's a lot of depression and anxiety and just a lot of mental health issues, especially around midterm season.
Oh yeah.
What would you say to them as words of encouragement?
Probably, maybe not the thing people want to hear, but don't leave things till last minute. It's a lot easier to deal with, or at least try to start work and do it. And then, because when you do actually get started on it and you do work consistently for maybe a good period, hour or two even, you feel a lot better about that for the rest of the day than just dooming over it the entire time and you actually don't enjoy your day at all. So then just get started on things early, spread it out over a period of even weeks. That'd be a lot better than just cramming everything, or at least feeling bad about not doing any work, not doing anything, and not being able to enjoy your days leading up to those exams and then cramming everything at the last minute.
Yeah. Action is the antidote to anxiety. Start now because it's just going to pile up. And it's just going to be in the back of your head the whole time. And that's just not a good way to go about your day. It's just suffocating. Right. But yeah, thank you so much for coming on the Long Term Podcast, Kayla. I've said this a lot, but you really inspire me. The way you go about life and your no fucks given attitude is something that I need to embody because I certainly care too much. I hope that you can keep on wearing Lolita fashion. Do you think that'll ever change at all, or do you think you'll branch out to a different fashion? Or
I haven't seen any other fashion that really catches my eye like Lolita did, so I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. And I sure as hell I'm not going to dress normal anytime soon either.
Yeah, and is Lolita from Japan or?
Yeah, so the fashion originates from Japan.
Okay.
Started more proto forms of Lolita, I want to say started popping up around the 1970s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's been some decades, yeah.
Do you watch anime?
Not that much. Like I do, but like not a terrible amount. Like I actually started dressing this way before I even watched any anime. I think the only anime I watched was before I dressed this way was Pokemon. But then that's also like the English dub and it's on like English TV. So it's like, well, how anime is that realistically?
Yeah. Very, very westernized Pokemon.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Yeah, no worries.
And as always, to everyone listening and watching, there is a place for you in this chaotic world. Never lose hope, strengthen your faith, and keep it long term. Kayla Zhang, everyone. Lolita Fashion. Peace. Awesome.